If you can't make it to the Sundance Film Festival this year or book a flight to Cannes, Birmingham has the next best thing, the Sidewalk Film Festival. Since its debut in 1999, this festival has drawn filmmakers from around the world, as well as given local talent the chance to display their art. Today, the fest boasts 9 venues in the downtown area and draws quite a crowd. For those 3 days, Birmingham becomes the hub of film in Alabama and gives the city a weekend of a different type of culture. We met up with a few local filmmakers and one of the creators of the festival to discuss its impact on the community and state. Alan Hunter, the creator of this city extravaganza, shared how it all began.
I was working with some guys named Eric Jambor and Wayne Franklin. He and his wife Kelly worked in the production business, and Eric was an editor. And they edited a bunch of commercials that we did for Hunter Films. And they started cooking up this idea. They'd mentioned it to me that they thought Birmingham needed a film festival, and I was very supportive of it. And then by meeting 2, they asked me to come and help out. And we were at O. Henry's Coffee Shop in Homewood, I remember. And I said, yeah, that's great, let's do a film festival. What's the title? And they said, the Sidewalk Moving Picture Festival. And I thought, really? You like that? But then it grew on me. I thought it was good. So I was early on in the beginning with them, 15 years ago, helping kind of design the whole thing.
And little did they know just how successful this new vision would be.
Well, as far as my expectations for Sidewalk, I had none in the beginning. I mean, I was very excited about it. We worked 1.5 years on it, the first one. And it came off beyond our dreams. I think the first year was amazing. We blocked off all the streets in Birmingham. We had some music playing. And I remember the first couple of hours on that Saturday, we walked the streets were empty. And the musicians were on these flatbed trucks playing to nobody, and we thought, oh my God, this is a miserable failure. But what happened is when we opened the door to the venues, it was packed, meaning people came to see movies, and we thought, oh, well, we don't have to just ply them with beer and music and craziness. They actually came to watch the movies.
Packed theaters are proof of the Southern hospitality shown, something that local filmmaker David Brower can vouch for.
One thing that Sidewalk seems to do really well, what they seem to be known for nationally, is just how great they are with the filmmakers themselves. Visiting filmmakers love to come to Sidewalk. I've spoken to many of them. You know, as a local filmmaker, I feel the love, but when people come in from out of town, they do just an excellent job of making them feel at home, showing them all the good things about Birmingham. You know, Birmingham has its image issues, and they're wonderful ambassadors for Birmingham. And the filmmakers have a great time and just can't wait to come back.
The festival provides a venue for filmmakers to display their work in front of a live audience.
Having a place to show your film for a filmmaker is really, what's the point of doing it if you don't have an audience? It's kind of like, you know, if you write a novel and it doesn't get published, it's basically a journal. If you make a film and nobody sees it, you know, what is it? To that huge extent, it's nurtured the community. I think they have 80 or 100 films produced in the state in any given festival, which is incredible.
And although people love the Sidewalk Festival atmosphere, the organization's impact extends far beyond that special weekend.
Definitely Sidewalk has strengthened the community, not only because of that weekend, but because of the things we do throughout the year. I mean, we really are a year-round organization. We have salons monthly, mostly at Rojo, on various topics, whether it be the new Sony camera or, you know, how to get your music score made. And that's a good sense of community for 50, 75 people on a monthly basis.
Sidewalk Salon organizer Chloe Collins agrees.
We've been doing salon for 8 years. I think that the consistency of the program sort of proves that it is something that the filmmaking community finds valuable. But I think that people appreciate the opportunity to network with their peers, and then certainly to have a little bit of continuing education. It's not, you know, something that you're going to necessarily pick up in a classroom environment if you're going back to school, and it's not something you might pick up day to day on the job. If you're shooting commercials, you might not get an opportunity to work with a special effects person, or if you are a special effects person, you might not get to, you know, have the opportunity to learn about sound editing or those kinds of things. So it gives people a good opportunity to come together with their peers and learn.
Well, tonight it is extremely important to get the message out to everyone in the state and especially the film community that Alabama has taken the entertainment and the film industry very seriously. We are very serious about providing a workforce that is trained, that has the skill sets in order to support this industry. We realize this is an industry that can create real jobs for Alabamians. We realize that this is an industry that can have a major economic impact.
Alan Hunter believes it's done just that and more.
My hope is that we've had an impact on the film community, but I think the facts bear out that Sidewalk has had a tremendous effect on unifying the community that was probably somewhat already there, somewhat disparate when Sidewalk came along, and small. And there's no doubt that Sidewalk has grown the community of filmmakers because of proximity. I mean, you don't do what you don't know. And if you're a filmmaker living in Podunkville, you know, maybe you don't know what the bigger world is all about and you haven't been to a film festival, so your horizons aren't expanded, at least in your hopes and dreams and aspirations. I think every year that a new young filmmaker from high school perhaps has come and seen a film and then seen the filmmaker at the venue and maybe some of the actors that came from Los Angeles or New York and was able to ask them questions. And then, and this is the unique part about Sidewalk, I mean, there's only so many venues, unlike other festivals that are spread out all over Seattle or all over New York. There's a few places where you go and huddle, and the chances of bumping into the filmmakers and actors that are in the movies being there is great. So you as a young filmmaker get to interface with them and ask them how they did that, you know, and make a connection.
Going 14 years strong, Sidewalk has proven to be a festival worth high recognition.
Sidewalk Film Festival is an incredible festival that gets incredible recognition. We're a top 10 film festival according to Time magazine, and what an incredible image builder it is for the city of Birmingham. I would love for a lot of people that have never been to Sidewalk Film Festival to actually come out, experience a festival, because once you experience it the very first time, you will come back every single year, I promise you.
From the Sanford News Network, this is Chenelle Terry.